I laugh at my failures. I've had so many like animation tests, sculpting tests, where it went wrong. Nothing about it went right. There was a version of that sculpt, the Adora sculpt. So let's kind of go back to that. There was a version of that sculpt that it looked like a gremlin. The proportions were all off. Like this was one of the very first passes. Everything was just not right about it. And it could have easily, like, if it was a younger me, I would have easily just gone, I shouldn't even try. I failed at sculpting. Why do I even bother? Like, apparently I can't do it right. And instead, now I just looked at it and went, it looks like a gremlin. And then I tried again. And I learned what not to do. I learned what proportions not to try and use for the character. So mistakes are just learning, as long as you actually learn from them. If you make a mistake and then you just go, oh well, that's it, I'm moving on, and I'm a failure. What did you learn from that mistake? What did you improve upon? Nothing. You just called yourself a failure and tried again. Instead, if you make a mistake and go, I didn't do it, but what didn't I do right? And you look at it. And for me, it was the proportions. The head was too big. The body was too short. The size of the shoulders was wrong. I think my hip, I didn't have enough torso, so the character was too short. And then the legs were slightly the wrong proportion. I made sure to look at all of those and understand what made it look like a gremlin versus a person. And when I did the second version, I fixed all of them. It didn't make it perfect on the second try, but it made it way better. And it's because I knew what I did wrong. So making mistakes is not a bad thing at all. You're always going to make mistakes. Like, I made mistakes working on this shot. It was on stream. You can go back and see all the mistakes I've made. Doesn't mean I can't learn from them and make it better in the end.